Coming up, we look at the latest updates to Office 365K, which make it easier for you to deliver Office 365 services to your frontline workers, including the latest app experiences with Staff Hub for managing schedules and tasks, Microsoft Teams for collab-based chat, and more. And also, if you're in IT, I'll give you a step-by-step guide for getting Office 365K up and running for your users. If a portion of your workforce are frontline workers, they might be sales associates in retail or service techs in manufacturing, you'll know how hard it is to support the productivity and communication needs of these folks. They might sit outside your IT infrastructure without a digital identity and therefore remain disconnected somewhat from day-to-day company communications. Office 365K helps you bring these workers into your organization's directory and light up specific services based on their needs while retaining security and compliance control. New services that we've added include things like Staff Hub for managing schedules and tasks, Microsoft Teams for collaboration-based chat, and Office 365 Video to be able to share and access company videos. And as an IT admin, I have the ability to tailor these services to frontline users based on their needs. So a call center service rep might need a different set of services than, say, a point of sales person. For example, here I can see with Skype, I can enable IM and presence capabilities per user. With these services as part of your IT infrastructure, these workers can safely access and share information in the company network and collaborate using Office 365 core services. Let me show you how you can add multiple users into Office 365 for access to these services. Now, the first thing you're probably going to want to do is collect a list of names, phone numbers, email addresses of the folks that you want to add. So here, for example, I've got this list with first name and last name, personal email address, title, sales associate, and phone number for all the different individuals I want to add into my tenant. Now is the time when I switch over to Office 365 and actually take a look at the CSV file I need to actually edit and get those users in. So here I'm in the admin portal. I'm going to click on Active Users, and under the More dropdown, you'll see that we have the Import Multiple Users control. That's going to fly in its instructions for importing users, and I can see a CSV file here that has the headers and sample information I'm going to need to be able to edit and fill in. When I click over into that file after I've downloaded it, you can see there's things like username, that's an email address, first, last, job title, department, all the different components. And you need to have all 15 of these columns in place, but now we need to edit this with the information that our HR or payroll department gave us. So the next step really is there to add all that information. Now, one of the great things you can do with Excel is if you've got first and last name, you can actually start creating your username, email addresses by using something in Excel called flash fill. I'm going to go ahead and use the data tab and hit flash fill here, and you'll see that all of those email addresses get automatically generated. Same thing with display names I'm going to need for my Azure Active Directory. Again, flash fill is a great asset in terms of making that fast and easy to be able to set up. We see the mobile phone fields there. Everything's ready to be saved. Now I can actually import this up into Office 365. So if I switch back into my admin console, I can browse and get to my CSV file that I just edited, and we'll load that into Office 365. The first thing you want to do is verify that that's going to work. This one looks good. Then when I click Next, what that's going to do is actually present me all the different information around licensing. And here I can do something kind of new in Office 365, which is bulk provision all of these K licenses for everyone that we're adding to this tenant. So now I've done that, I've uploaded the file, I've created licenses for everyone. Now I'm going to want to download the results, because what that's going to enable me to do is actually communicate to these folks that they have a new Office 365 K set of services. So what I'll do now is download those results into another CSV file, and you'll see here I have the same names, but now they have temporary passwords, and I'm going to import in those personal email addresses we saw earlier. Now I have everything I need to actually communicate out to them, and this is where I'm going to use a great old tool that you might be familiar with called Mail Merge in Microsoft Word. Now what that's going to enable me to do is send automatic mails out to everyone on this list. So I'm going to hop into Word here. Here I've found a great template to communicate to users that Office 365 services are coming. You can see I can personalize it with display name, some of the fields that we're going to ingest from the CSV file, the different actions that they take, and I've personalized this a bit to add a call out for Staff Hub as well to check that out in my company branding. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into the Mailings tab, and here I'll start my mail merge. And I'll go through the wizard-based process. In my case, I've actually already linked it to my CSV file, but I'll just show you how that works. The first step is really to select what you're going to do, email, and then walk through the wizard. Here we'll select our actual CSV file, and in that case I have it in my Documents K demo folder, the download that we just saw earlier, and I'll open that up. And that's going to show us the file that we just saw in Excel, which actually has all the information for those users to import into our Word document here. The next thing we can do is actually preview our mail message, make sure everything's working. We can see here that our display name is linked back to that CSV file, so it'll automatically pull the data from Excel in that file. Our username, all of those things are going to be automatically generated and running. So now I think I'm just about ready to go. Everything's personalized, everything looks the way I want it to. So I can preview what that's going to look like, either from this screen or from the sixth step. And I'll go ahead and take a look at what this will actually look like for the folks that are going to receive this mail. So I'll just scroll up and I'll click through and I'll see all the different users here. And at Amalia, I'll go ahead and click Finish and Merge. Now what that's going to do after I say Send Mail is going to ask me for a to field from that CSV file. And I'll go ahead and click on the personal email because it's going to their personal mail address. Give it a subject line and then click OK. Now what that's going to do is actually spur an automatic send via Outlook. So we're going to swap over into our Outlook client and see what that looks like. So now Outlook has already gotten all the batch job in order to send all these mails out to all the folks that I've added to that CSV file. Now it's automatically sending on behalf of me, the admin, to all these users the information they need to log in with their temporary passwords and their temporary credentials. Once everyone's in, all of your security and compliance controls in Office 365 also apply. So for example, things like information protection and governance, and all those events, activities, they're all auditable just like you would expect. So let me show you what Alex's experience looks like as an Office 365K user. So here I can see I've got access to all the services that I need to be able to communicate and stay productive with my coworkers. Also, one of my favorite capabilities within Office 365K is Staff Hub. Now I'm logged in here on my iPhone to Staff Hub, again as Alex, and here I can see all the information I need to do my job. I can see all the shifts that I'm scheduled to work at. I can see more information about my team. I can also do things like trade shifts with people. I can even message folks while I'm on the job. Of course, you can check out more information on Staff Hub by watching the recent Microsoft Mechanics demo bench. So that was an introduction to the updated Office 365K and how to get frontline workers into your Office 365 environment quickly. Of course, you can learn more and try it for yourself at the links below. And for implementation support, check out Fast Track Services. Thanks for watching.